Alright, Shalom. Kwa Hala Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakwakwadash. Double honors to the head apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. And peace and salutations to the Yakim out there on the highways and byways, noise in this word abroad. And here I just want to get into this article real quick. It's from the Washington Post. And it's dated January 6, 2019, which is the year Karagma. And pretty much it speaks for itself. It says U.S. towns with federal workers brace for impact as shutdown continues. So pretty much, the people are already starting to feel the heat right now, and it's only gonna get hotter and hotter, because through this government shutdown, people are not able, you know, federal workers aren't able to, get their paycheck, you know. Which means that this country lives paycheck to paycheck, like the average day American, lives paycheck to paycheck. If you miss that one paycheck, how are you gonna eat? Especially if you got kids and especially if you got a family, you know, you gotta provide for your family. You gotta provide, to keep a roof over their heads and to keep, transportation. So, and this is just an example of a wicked ruler, of a person, of a wicked nation that's in power, of somebody that's in rulership, wicked that's ruling. This is just a prime example of that. Because you're not gonna have this kind of shit in a righteous kingdom, under a righteous rulership, You're not gonna have, you know, people going without food or, without a basic necessities through life, under a righteous rulership. But yet, under a wicked rulership, this is what you get. You have the people mourning, you have the people suffering. And let me just get into this article real quick, then I'm gonna get into the scriptures, to further explain the point. So it says, Ordon, Utah, the snowiest streets of Ordon are quiet these days. Parking lots are half empty. Restaurant sales have dropped without federal workers to survive. Brankwain Sisters Calf has cut the hours of its lunch service. More than 4,000 federal employees who work for the IRS, which is the inter which is Internal Revenue Service, and U.S. Forest Service, have been forlauded for their jobs in this outdoors haven north of Salt Lake City as part of the partial government shutdown. The closing of the federal offices have reverberate across the city of 87,000, where roughly a third of annual revenue comes from the tax sales. You see, people are suffering over there. People are starting to catch hell because, because of, they're not getting paid, you know. But it's only going to get worse because Trump, he already had said this, from the beginning when he took office. He had already said that on camera, he's live on camera actually stating that there's going to be a storm coming, and people was all puzzled and, confused and didn't know what he was talking about. So when they asked him, what does he mean by that? And, his response was, we'll see. You'll see. And pretty much this is a part of that storm that he's talking about, by him shutting down the federal government, people not getting paid. Now you got everybody and their mama want to impeach this guy out of office, you know. Now they're calling for an impeachment for this dude, to be to be voted out of office. But however, it's not up to the people to decide who goes and who stays. It's up to the elites, because this is the ultimate plans of the elites. Because there's a hidden agenda under this whole government shutdown thing, you know. There's a hidden agenda, and that hidden agenda is for them to produce and to introduce that RFID microchip, you know, for everybody, for people to accept, for that introduce that RFID microchip. Because what they come with order IKO, which is, they come up with a problem. They initiate the problem, then they come out with the solution, you know. And that solution is all leading up to the mark of the beast, which is that RFID microchip, you know. But let me just get into the scripture real quick, and to talk about the, so this is gonna be the book of Proverbs 29 verse 2, and it says, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice." You see, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. People are happy because everything is all even. Everybody gets their fair share. Everybody eats. There's no, bickering or buckering. Everybody's taken care of, just like in the time of King Solomon. When King Solomon was ruling the earth, everything was organized. Everything was even. Everybody got their fair share. You know, everybody got their fair share. It was even. But it says right here when you read on, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. You see? So when a wicked ruler is mourning, you best believe the people are gonna mourn. Because a wicked ruler is just gonna be nothing but, serving himself, you know. Not in the interests of the people, but in the interests of, himself, of their agenda, of their plan. They're not concerned about the people and how the people, survive, They're only concerned about themselves. And that's what you see with Trump here. Here it is, he's saying some bullshit talking about he can relate to the average day American people that are suffering. But wait a minute, how the fuck can you relate? Excuse my French, but how can you relate to those people when you yourself was born into a wealthy family? When you yourself is a multi-billionaire, which I read, it was estimated that you're worth like about, $2.9 billion. You're above these people, so how in the world can you relate to them? How in the world can you relate to their struggles or what they're going through when they're living paycheck to paycheck? Here it is, you haven't lived paycheck to paycheck a day in your life, but yet you're gonna make an arrogant and stupid comment like that you can relate to the people that are suffering from this government shutdown that you initiated. saying that you can relate to the people, but you yourself are not in a position where you know where you are, threatened to lose your home or to lose your car or to lose or to lose it all, you know, when you're worth like $2.9 billion or even more now, you know. That's the last time I checked. So how can you say that you can relate to those to the average day, American citizen? It's just complete madness and it's complete wickedness. But that's an example of a wicked ruler right there. That's an example of the wicked bear ruling, you know. So pretty much, this thing is just a snowball effect. It's only gonna get bigger and bigger, and it's gonna get worse, and ultimately, it's just gonna lead to them introducing that RFID microchip, you know, which is, up on the horizon. So pretty much this is all that's what's gonna lead up to, you know, of them introducing that RFID microchip. But with that, I just want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Rakwakwadash. Double honors to the head apostles, a great millstone that rule well. Peace and salutations to Yakim out there on the highways and byways. Noise in this road abroad all around the world. And I want to say shalom.